Hi there, everybody. This is Leigh with the Tavern Brawlers, and I have here with me a member of the Ethernia community, Jowzer. Say hi.
Hi there.
Sorry
This
about
is
that.
Jowzer. Yeah, no
And
worries.
we will be doing an introduction game to the game of Ethernia today. So if you guys have any questions out there, do let us know. We have a couple of nice links. We have some links to Ethernia as well if you're interested in the game itself. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. Jowzer, do you have the stream open as well, by the way?
I do.
Excellent. So every now and then I might go to the print and play or the zone playmat as reference points for help teach us.
Okay.
Okay. So here we have three deck piles, right? We have the gem pile, which is the 10.
hmm
We will produce one of those every turn and have a consistent base of resources to be able to draw from and cast our spells. We have our main deck, which currently has 43 cards in it, and a main deck can have 40 to 60 cards in it. And we have in our face down pile the Aether deck, which can have up to 13 cards in it. And those would be typically filled in with your champions. The coin that's in the pile right now does not count towards the 13.
The coin does not count towards the 13. Okay.
Correct. Okay. So what we would do is we would we would open up our go to your face down pile,
hmm
and you would select a champion and put it into play face down.
Is there supposed to be the 46 or
There should be 43. Why don't you go ahead and do a quick deck check and see what's in there.
okay? Let me see here. More.
Hey Shogunate, yeah, we're gonna take a look at that and see what that's about here in a second. Do you have by chance an extra set of maybe Hanako in there? Sorry, Hanakos. Because I noticed that some people are putting Hanako in their main by accident, and I don't know why.
Is it just trying to see? Just find card. I can do that. Trying to see if there's anything that's more than a 3 of in here.
How many
Is
cards
there any
are?
way to reveal the deck?
Yeah,
Or
so if you click on your deck, you want to reveal it to me. You can click on
okay,
it and click on reveal to, and then
reveal all to
yeah,
Winston Jack.
yeah.
Okay. Trying to see here. Let me actually go back to the
I don't see if I can
deck list here.
peep. So I don't want peep. I want to expand cards. Okay. See if you can't reveal all to me.
Reveal all to Winston Jack.
Hmm.
Or all players, maybe.
Hmm. Oh. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see.
Okay. I was just looking at the deck list that you copied over to me, and I think I copied it in. 10, 26, 7, 30, 38, 46 in that deck list.
All right. I'm gonna go back to the deck list I sent you then and take a look what I got in there that's not right. Let's see. Wayland's Fan, Forbidden Fruit, Pippi's Power Plant, Obliteration Engine, Fountain, Ashes, Longbow. So Strife Dragon, Strife Neil, Strife. Rain, Rain Withering Hope. I don't know what's not supposed to be in there. Everything that's in there should be in there. Very peculiar.
Any of those 3 ofs I could put down to 2 ofs, or are those all pretty?
Um,
Um,
let's see here.
that one, not any of those cameras. I'll take out one of the 1/1s
Oh
that
yeah, you
see
don't
the
want
other
to do
things
that. You want
die.
to keep him in the deck.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty good. That's not one of the ones you'd want to take out.
Okay. Send to deck. Okay.
I
Send
um
it.
I don't know what I'm missing, quite frankly.
Do the viewers
Let's
have any
just
input into which cards might need to
Nick, do you see anything wrong
get
already?
cut?
One, two, three. You know, I mean, we let's just run it as is, and whatever we run into is whatever we run into.
All right.
Go back. Okay, hold
Or
on.
I'll send it to you as well, real quick, what the deck list is. Nick, send it to you on Discord and PM.
Yep.
No worries.
Yep. Let me see here. Did I do the math wrong? 1, 2, 3. So 6, 8, 11, 14, 17, 19, 20. 2, 4, 7, 8, 11, 14. I think there's like 7 extra cards in that list. I don't even know. Whatever. Anyways, so we'll just run it as is, okay? For
Yeah,
now.
that's fine.
Go ahead and take the reveal off
Yeah,
or
conceal
conceal it, and
cards
then give that a
and
shuffle. And then I'll shuffle
shuffle.
my main here.
All right. Send all to. Trying to. Oh, there's the X button.
All right, so go to your Aether pile, your Aether deck, and select
Okay.
a champion. Put it into play face down.
Sounds good. Send to. Face down.
Perfect. All right, so we keep these champions in the center, and at the beginning of the game, we will reveal them once we have resolved mulligans.
Okay.
Let's roll a d20. I rolled a 4. Highest, of course, goes first.
D20.
Oh yeah, one
There we
more
go.
thing here, real quick. You rolled a 9. Let me just grab this real quick. Insert card.
Okay, I see the gem.
Yep, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now hover over each one and hit K for clone, and they'll clone it in their individual opposite locations. Perfect. Now, so above the left one, above your left one will be the underworld, and above your right one will be the afterworld.
Okay.
We will use the expel zone in untap as the remove from game zone.
Expel, remove from game. Got it.
Okay. So the underworld is basically like your discard zone for most games, and your expel zone, your afterworld is like your expel zone for most games. And then remove from game is removed from the game further than expel.
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So now we will draw 4 cards.
Okay.
Oops. sorry. Untap is a little sketchy sometimes. So I think this one. Send to.
Okay.
So there we go. Gonna shuffle that up real quick. This is what I was supposed to have. So you're supposed to draw 4 cards, and
Mhm.
then you can mulligan up to 3. You can put up to 3 at the bottom of your deck, and then afterwards you'll draw up to 5 to fill your hand to 5. So draw 4, mull 3, fill to 5.
And looking for typically the lower cost cards unless one of them's a pretty important card.
Right, probably.
Okay.
Oops,
Let's see
bottom there.
here.
And then I will draw 2.
It's just tech bottom. Actually, I'll keep the rest of those 3. So draw 2 more.
Sounds good. Are you ready?
Sure am.
All right. So because you play first, I get the coin. All right. So this coin is like an extra gem, except once it's used, it gets removed from the game.
Okay.
If you play Force of Will, this is like the energy.
Sounds good.
So
Or coin or whichever
yeah,
terminology that you like to use for it.
right. So you go ahead by starting your turn by you would draw, but being the first turn player, you don't draw. So you
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and put a gem into play from your gem deck.
Okay.
And then you proceed to cast something if you would like to. If you would like to, you may place things face down.
And do I have to worry? And you have to have the appropriate amount of gems in order to play these things, right?
Correct. So anything that you place face down, you would have to have the correct number of gems in order to activate.
Currently, there is nothing I can play, so
So
I
you
would
can
just
put
pass the turn.
anything that you could put face down, like snares or charms or items or anything like that, you would put into play, and then pay later to activate.
Oh, okay. So I'll go ahead and.
So I guess this is a lot like Yu-Gi-Oh, supposedly. Nope. So put it to play face down. You accidentally
Okay.
let me know what it was. And then you can click on it, and there's a reveal button, reveal to yourself. This way you can always see what's there.
Okay. And that goes over here, correct?
So there are 6 zones in each lane. There are 2 lanes. So we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna go over to the Ethernia playmat on stream here real quick and take a look at this.
Okay.
So here this mat demonstrates for us our gem zone is a shared zone below. So we use the champion and the gems and our hand as a shared resource between both lanes. Both lanes will not see each other. So anything that happens in one lane is completely isolated from the other,
Got it.
unless it specifically says so. So now your opposite opponent's lane is the lane that your lane interacts with. So if my lane interacts with your if my left lane interacts with your right lane, that they're facing lanes.
Sure.
So that's the lane that we do combat across. All right. So I think that makes enough sense, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
So
I put the card face down
yep,
in one of my lanes.
yep.
Okay. Is there anything in turn? Unless there's anything else to do.
Okay. I will go ahead and draw for turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put a gem into play. Oh, sorry. Let's flip our champions. That was supposed to happen right at the beginning.
Sure.
Yep. I will. Hmm. I will put two face down cards,
Hmm.
and I will activate Strife's ability, first ability. Okay, so the champions, they have. So let's talk about the abilities here real quick. You'll see pink and you'll see green. The pink is a hard once per turn, which means that for any number of copies of this card in your deck, for each name of this card, you can only use this ability once per turn.
Hmm.
And the green means that for each copy of this name of this card, you can play once per turn. So that's a hard once per turn versus a soft once per turn, is what they're calling it.
Okay, so the green abilities are going to be for that.
Right.
Okay.
Right, so just take a quick look here at this guy. You can see that my top two are pink abilities and my bottom is a green ability,
Right.
which means that I can use those two pink abilities only once per turn, even if I bring other Hinako kinetic executions into the field, even if I summon other ones.
Hmm.
But I can use the green ability for every copy of Hanako I put into play.
Makes sense.
Okay, so I'm going to use my Strife's ability, which the first cost is to pay 1 gem, which you see right after the name of the ability.
Hmm.
And then it says pay 5 life, so I will pay 5 life out of 1 lane. You cannot split it. And if you have less than 5 life in a lane, you cannot pay it.
Sure.
So this says expel the top card of my deck to the afterworld face down, and if I do, draw 1 card. So I'm going to put a card into play face down and then put it into my afterworld. So my afterworld's on my right, right?
Hmm.
All right. So then I did that. So now I will draw 1 card naturally. All right. Now I will pass return.
So I'll go ahead and draw my card.
So EPT means either player's turn, which means that you can use that on your opponent's turn as well as your turn. And it also typically means that it's in response to something. So this says your champion's ability says either player's turn when a battle occurs. So that's kind of the trigger that you need in order to be allowed to activate this ability.
Hmm.
You can target one Eternal, reduce its attack by 1 until the end of turn. So you pay 1. So you actually drain 1, and drain is you take a gem and you put it on the bottom of your gem deck.
Okay, so it basically uses it up for that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So it drains it of all power, so you can't continue to use the power from that gem until you get it back again. So use that sparingly because that can put you behind the curve if you don't pay attention to it.
Right.
The ultimates on either one of them, the R5 means remove 5 of the name of this card from your hand, hand, afterworld, underworld, or field, all combined. So you could pull like from every zone if you wanted to in order to meet that requirement. You just can't pull from your deck, and you remove them from the game in order to activate that ability.
Got it. And that's a once per game ability, or is that
That's
a?
so once per turn ability.
Okay.
But I mean, so R5, you only have 10 in your deck. You can only have 10
Yeah.
Eternals of a champion name in your deck.
All right.
Okay.
I don't have anything that costs 2, and I don't have any snares, so I'll go ahead and pass the turn back.
Okay. I will draw for turn. And then there's a priority sequence, right? So between my draw and my recovery, my judgment step, I can
Mhm.
cast things if I have the ability to do stuff or activate abilities or spells that I can pay the ability for at that time. I don't have anything to do right now with that, but I just want to go over the phases properly. So
Okay.
judgment phase. In my judgment phase, I recover my gems and my eternals at the same time.
And that happens after you draw for the turn.
Yes, so draw first, pass priority back and forth,
Hmm.
then you recover, and then you judgment slash recover.
Got it.
And so the judgment recover also, that entire phase also includes, placing the gem into play too. So it's all like one step. The judgment is recover and put a gem into play.
Sounds good.
So now I have 3 gems on my side here. Or I have 2 gems and 1 coin, rather. So what do I want to do? Let's do this. This is what I want to do. I want to activate this here.
Okay.
Now this has haste, which means it can attack the turn it comes into play. Eternals will have summoning sickness, and it's just sick until your opponent's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow Strike is this card cannot be enticed. Stealth is this card can't be intercepted.
Okay, so if there's anything on your opponent's side of the field, that means it can just attack the lane directly.
Correct. Also, there's no blocking unless you have an ability called intercept.
Hmm. Okay.
So I'm going
And can you
to
choose to either attack the lane or
yes,
Eternal on the other side of the field?
yes, that is correct. So
Okay.
if you had an Eternal here, I could attack the Eternal directly,
Sure.
right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare an attack, and
Mm-hmm.
then I pass priority. You say okay, then I declare the attacker and the target. Then I pass priority, and then you react in accordance
Oh,
if you have any reaction or not. And then if not, then we go to damage calculation. All right, so Hanako Kinetics Execution's ability Strike is when this Eternal I'm not quite exactly sure on the wording, but the paraphrase is at pretty much after he's survived a battle, a combat, he can activate that strike ability. If I proceed
mm,
to do something else right now before I activate this ability, I lose it.
got it.
Okay, so what this says is I return it to deck, and then summon a different basic version of me to your other lane. A basic version is another Hanako that's not an ultimate.
Okay, so there
So
can be other different
yes. So I will
versions
show
of him.
you, right? So I'm going to return him to my deck in accordance. And I cannot bring out another copy of him because it has to be a different name.
Sure.
I'm going to bring out this other Hanako instead. And then I'm going to shuffle my deck. Now, the previous Hanako said that I had to put it in the opposite lane, right? So that's over here instead.
Right.
Now, this Hanako has a strike ability as well. It's exactly the same as the previous one. But it also has another ability that says if I'm summoned by another Hanako, you can add 1 face down or 1 face up cost 3 or less card from your afterworld to your hand. Right?
Then look at that. You've got a card in the afterworld.
That's right. It's almost like I planned it with Strife.
Mm-hmm.
So I used Strife to pay the 5 light to put a card in my afterworld, right? So this gave me that extra ability to draw that coming off of that ability. So I'm going
Sounds
to
good.
go ahead. Hey, Maxim, how's it going, man? So I'm gonna put this card in my hand. Sweet deal. And so then I'm also going to pass turn.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Max, it's been a while. Glad you're in. We just started this game up. This is another game one with this guy Jowzer, who is also in the Ethernia community as well.
All right. So
All
now that
right.
I've got 3, means that I've got 2 different things here. And how do you double check what cards are
What the face down cards
facing?
are? Click on
Mm-hmm.
your card and go to reveal to, and then reveal to yourself.
Okay.
And then you can flip it face up when you're ready, when you need it.
Sounds good. Okay, that makes that easier to remember.
Yes, a lot easier,
Okay.
doesn't it?
Um, let's just go ahead and what's the term for it? Exhaust, or I'm not
Yep,
sure what the
exhaust. Exhaust
okay
is the correct term.
or not. It's not invert. Revert. Is it shake? Is the term for? Or trying to
For
figure out what the term is for how to actually. Oh, okay, there it goes. I've also got my own Hanako over here that I'll go ahead and play.
very nice. Yep, you played the three
All
drop
right,
one.
and that uses all my resources. It's got summoning sickness, so go ahead and take your turn.
Sounds good. I will go ahead and draw for turn.
Mm-hmm.
Man, all right. I will put a gem into play and recover everything.
Mm-hmm.
I will pay 1, activate Strife's ability, pay 5 life, draw to play face down, put a card face down in my afterworld from the top of my deck.
Mm-hmm.
Just to let you know, there is priority sequence for me activating the ability on my champion. I know that you
Yep,
don't have
I don't
anything right
have
now,
any reactions,
but I
but
just want to make sure that I stay in the clear with you on the information.
sounds good.
Let's see, what do I want to do? There's a lot I could do. I'm going to do something weird here.
I see an turn die. Gain +1/+1. Okay.
This is a power play. This is not something that I've seen happen yet.
All right.
Okay, so I used up this gem, right? So now this will go
Mm-hmm.
to the remove from game zone.
Well, okay then.
Alright, I'm going to move to combat.
Mm-hmm.
Attack lane for 4. I will activate my strike ability, returning him to my deck to go get another to go summon a different basic version of Hanako and put it into the other lane. Find card, other Hanako, move to combat.
And attack my guy, and all your people get +1/+1.
What I'm going to do is this says if I'm summoned by another Hanako, you can crush 1 gem and
Mm-hmm.
target 1 Eternal in this lane and destroy it.
Oh, okay. So you're not even having to.
So I'm going to go ahead and
Interesting.
crush this and try to destroy this.
I don't think that I have anything that can respond to that. So
Yep.
let's go ahead and send to. Or does it? Do I just flip it face down and then it goes to the
Nope. It'll stay.
expels?
It'll stay face up. You just put it straight in your on your left lane above your gem. Yeah.
Okay,
So that's your underworld, right? So when stuff just dies naturally, it goes to your underworld.
sure. And then that pings for another 2.
So each of my rains aura abilities just automatically happen. There's no reaction, there's no response. They're not triggered abilities. They are just aura abilities.
Mm-hmm.
They're just a continuous look-see.
Okay, so it's basically a state-based effect that doesn't
Yes.
have any
Yes, exactly.
priority changes. Okay.
Correct. Yep. So they are all now 2/2s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move to combat. I know, Max. I do kind of feel really bad about this, but I'm gonna like really show him what these cards do. Move to combat, attack lane.
I already took the two.
Okay, very good. I will use his strike ability, which is different from the other Hanako's strike ability because it's on a different name card, right? But I can only use it once per turn. So I'm gonna put him back into
Okay.
play into the deck. I'm gonna go get another Hanako, and I'm gonna put that into play. Now I'm gonna use.
So what I'm hearing is that I should have just mulliganed everything and gotten a couple of one or two drops.
Yeah, if you can get one of the Hanako cards, that's a pretty good starter for the starter decks. I don't know what you have, so I can't give you the correct advice.
Yeah, I didn't know that the game picked up this quick, but it's
It,
good.
yeah, actually, this is the fastest I've seen this combo kind of go off because I had that other Hanako right in my hand in my opening hand.
Mm,
So I was
yeah.
able to do that, and then I also had a gem that I was able to use in order to help me get off that other raid, which is going to be obnoxious. All right, so this Hanako here, I'm going to use his second ability. If I'm summoned by another Hanako, I can add one face down card from my afterworld to my hand.
Right.
So I have all of that interaction and all of those cards just from that combination, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm down 10 life in my lanes from using Strife. So that may or may not necessarily be good depending on how the game goes, right? I may or may not decide that I want to use more of this ability. What I can do is I can switch out my champion. I can only
Mm-hmm.
switch it out on my turn, and I have to declare it, and there's a priority sequence. So
Sure.
I declare I'm going to switch my champion, and I say, and then you pass priority, and then you decide if you can respond or not. If you pass
Which
priority
I
back,
can.
right, I would send the the current champion to the remove from game. I would go to my Aether deck and I would take out another champion, remove it from game, and then I would take out another champion and put it into play.
Okay, so it requires you to
Remove two champions, the current
remove two
and one from your
champions, the
Aether.
current and one plus one, in order to swap it out. Okay.
Yes, that is the cost of doing that. And you could do that once per turn, as many times as you want during the game, as many times as you can, pay the cost to remove from game the other champions. So, I'm going to
There's.
go ahead and pass turn here, and I do apologize for how brutal this hand came out.
It's fine. Just seems like a little bit of rogue or whatever from Hearthstone. See if I can get these to.
Yeah, this triple rain play is actually really gross, especially if I
Yeah,
can
it's like I
keep.
need to figure out how to get more onto the field here in order to use Rain's ability here. So,
Mhm.
uh, draw to play.
So I didn't explain the crushed gems part yet. When you crush a gem, you flip it
Mm-hmm.
upside down, and whatever orientation that it was in when you crushed it, it stays in that orientation.
Okay, so that's basically removed from the game.
Basically, yep. It's not exactly because it will still be seen by things, and it will still have
Mm-hmm.
ways to be able to interact with it with other cards in the game. So removed from the game is like totally, completely removed from the game so far in this game. That's been a rule.
Okay.
So I'm only specifying that just to um, prepare yourself not to use the terminology removed from the game for that card.
Sure.
Um, because other things can recover your crushed gems.
All
Or
right.
restore. Restore is the word.
Mm-hmm.
Restore or replenish are the two words. Restore will just turn it back into a gem, and replenish will turn it back into a gem and recover it.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for 3.
Yep.
Sorry, not really used to this interface.
No, Untap is far from. I do not like Untap whatsoever. Um, I have just played Ethernia now on Untap for like 2 weeks straight,
Hmm.
and
Okay. And how do you draw arrows?
how do you draw arrows? Oh, to target.
Hmm.
Click on the card that you're originating the target from.
Hmm.
Type 0, and then target the card that you want to target.
Oh, okay. Cover the card. Okay, so I'm gonna make my guy a 5/5, and
Yep,
that. I'm going to go ahead and just put this over here, or in here. That's right.
yep. So the way
And
that
then,
items are what are called action speed 0, and
hmm,
that means that you play the item, and before the item can actually even take effect, your opponent has an opportunity to be able to respond to it. Suppose that
understood.
your opponent wanted to destroy it or has something that they could use or activate to destroy it, they could do so before it actually takes effect, and this ability will not go on the queue.
Sure.
So items are called speed 0. You play Magic at all?
Hmm.
Speed 1
Yeah.
is
So
like sorcery speed, and speed 2 is like instant speed. Speed 3 is like split second.
sure. And so speed 0. If you had any speed 1 or 2 things, you could respond.
Correct.
Okay. Do you have any?
No, I know responses. I'm just going through it for the first time for you. That way we
All
can
right.
go over it again later in this game because it takes a couple times probably.
Sure. All right. So let's go ahead and do this.
Yep,
Uh, gonna be attacking yours since I can't attack directly.
yep, correct. So you try to attack my unit here, and I have no response to that. My unit will indeed hit the graveyard.
That means that this guy is gonna go and go back to the death.
Correct, and summon another Hanako into the opposite lane.
Um, find card. Hanako. And there's only the 2 versions, correct?
There are total of 3 versions, so there is the one you put back into play and 2 others.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually a fourth version, which is the ultimate. You cannot grab it this way.
Okay. I think that I'm gonna go ahead and just play this guy out here.
Yep. And you can activate its ability if you so choose.
Okay. I do not want to because that's just going to make the others bigger. So
Yep.
let's just go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and just target your life deck for this attack.
Yep. I am at 13, and you can trigger the strike.
Okay. And that's into deck bottom. And I'm actually going to summon the 1-cost one
Yep.
and return this one back to the deck.
You got it. That's a good play. So the cool thing about this guy, right, is if you had more gems up, you could also play him, and then you could activate his first ability to put him back in the deck to go get a Hanako. But
Mm-hmm.
this guy, remember this Hanako, the Quantum Counter Assault, puts the other version into the same lane as she's in.
Okay.
So that's just a quick little difference between the other two. That's important to note.
Sounds good. So that's my turn. I'm out of resources. Can't activate anything
Yep.
else. Go ahead.
Sounds good. I will start and I will draw my turn. I will put it to play. Charge. So, crushed gems remain in the orientation that they were crushed in. So when
Sure.
I untap everything, if I have an exhausted crushed gem, I need to make sure it stays exhausted and crushed.
Sounds good.
All right, you're tapped out, so that's interesting. Let's see what I want to do here. Yep, that so the pepper plant's pretty cool like that, where you can give it the haste and smash up a unit or something.
Hmm.
And the fact,
And where and that's what's good with Hanako because it's no longer the same copy of the card, so that if the end of turn its destroyed effect doesn't actually happen.
yeah, exactly.
I see the synergy there.
Yes, yep, perfect. I love it. Well, let's see, what do I want to do though? That's the question. We could, hmm. I'm gonna move to combat.
Sure.
Poke,
Yep.
combat, combat. So we'll just do the 6 in.
Yeah. So there's like a main phase one, main phase two.
Yeah, so is not actually different main phases. It's all one giant main phase with a bunch of attack phases inside of it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So if you did you play Force of Will?
I did not,
Okay.
but I'm a little bit familiar with it.
Okay. So it's like the same attack style as Force of Will or Argent Saga, where you attack with each unit individually.
Okay.
I will. Yeah, so Nick is saying that you do actually leave the main phase for the battle phase, and then you come back to the main phase again.
Okay. So do you have the opportunity to attack with that
Yes.
Hanako? Or
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah. No, it's infinite battle phases.
sure. So a little bit like how Hearthstone does it as well.
Okay. I have not played Hearthstone, so I will have to accept your word on it.
Oh, okay.
Now, I have two options here, right? I could run my Hanako into yours
Hmm.
and suicide us both and keep you off while keeping me on and continuing, or I could smack your lane and hope for the best there, right? I Our life totals are not too far off of each other, but my board state's so much stronger right now that that's kind of the problem for you.
You just want to keep my board empty.
So I think I want to keep your board empty. This is just, the play style that we could choose here. Oops, come on.
Yeah, I
What?
get that.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, what the arrows were kind of being funny with me. So yeah, I would do that. This guy would die, and I
I
would
don't have
pass turn.
anything that can act respond to that. So all right.
Right.
So draw first, then judgment step,
Yep.
activate. All these things. Yeah.
I debated splitting up the reins, putting like two on the right lane and one on my left lane, but I got greedy on one side. I think it would have been more beneficial to split it up.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just work on one lane at a time on this. So let's just go ahead and let's play
Yeah.
this out, and that's going to be my turn.
If you had the extra gem, you could give it haste, just that you know.
Okay, good to know.
and allies that can allies that attack cannot be destroyed by card effects until the end of damage calculation.
Mhm.
But that card only affects this lane, so even so. Let's see what I want to do. I will
Yeah,
go
because
ahead.
each lane only sees its own lane and it can't interact with the other lane unless there's something that
Correct.
breaks that rule.
Alright, so here we go. What do we want to do? I'm going to play Forbidden Fruit of Ethernia. I will, it's because it's an item, action speed 0, I will pass priority before I can activate its ability on the card.
Crush 2 unused gems, draw 2 cards. You can. I don't have any responses. Go ahead.
So crush, and it specifies unused, right? So I have to
Mhm.
hit those two. I'm going to draw 2.
So I take it that you have something that's probably going to restore all your crushed gems here.
Correct. I have Hanako's ultimate. So I'm going to get rid of that because that's used now.
So it's R3, which is removing 3 cards.
Not Hanako's
Well, it's not
ability.
on this champion. It's a card that's in the deck. Okay.
Correct. And here it is right here.
Replenish all of your crushed gems. I can attack for each.
So, restore just flips them face up,
Mm-hmm.
but replenish is turn them face up um, and recover them.
Okay.
And then so she'll get 3. Come on. So she'll have 3 additional power.
Mm-hmm.
So rally is the ability rally is enter the field, and she can only be gem summoned, which I did. And if I attack, remove me from the game after that battle.
So she has 4 attack because of that.
Yeah,
And. Alright. But she does not have haste. Just the stealth.
correct.
And stealth is cannot be intercepted.
Correct. Yes. Yep.
Sounds good. So I see that you have 3 gems open.
Yes, I'm debating whether or not I want to set a snare. Um, let's see. Let's move to combat.
Okay.
Lane,
Or other way. Yep. 2.
lane,
2.
lane.
2. Alright.
Pippi's pepper plant.
Huh. Alright.
Yep. Smack.
Don't have any resources open, so.
And then after she's
Or actually,
attacked,
hold on a second. I can drain. Does drain matter if it's
you still have to pay the 1.
I still have to pay the 1. It
Yep.
has to be ready. I can't just. Okay.
Correct. I
All
think.
right.
Hold on. Actually, that's a good. Hold on. Actually, that's a good question. Nick, if you're out there, Does drain one mean you have to pay one and drain, or is it draining one gem, or is draining paying and putting on bottom? He'll
See
answer
if
us in a
there's
second.
anything in the.
Even if you reduce the attack by one, it'll still be 5.
I'd be reducing it by 2 because it's a 4 toughness. Or because it's a 4/4 against a 5/5, so I could train 2 to keep it. But
No,
then
you
again, it's
you can
probably
only
not worth.
it's a pink ability, so you can only use it
Oh, right,
once.
once per turn. Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
right.
That's right.
So now that my attack is done, I have to remove from game this Hanako.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I will run the Hanako out, move to combat,
Do your thing. Yep.
activate strike. I'm going to put the little one out,
Mm-hmm. So you
and
can return the other one
I
to your
have
deck.
this one in my deck, in my graveyard, in my underworld. So I'm going to put it back into my deck, and then I'm going to shuffle, and then pass turn.
All right. Mm. Pass those. And a Shadow Strike first strike.
Nope, first strike is actually first strike in this game.
Okay.
Shadow Strike is it cannot be enticed.
Okay.
Entice is the ability that says, sorry, no, sorry, it can't be. It can't be. Yeah, enticed. Entice says you have to block this card. I mean this. You have to attack this card specifically. So
Okay.
entice is like lure, where you have to attack that card specifically. And I believe stealth is it cannot be intercepted, and intercepted is blocking.
How was that there? Oh, should be at 1.
Yep.
What does Sundering do?
Sundering is trample.
Okay.
So any excess damage will go to the lane in attack. It has to be in attack mode. And life drain is also it has to be attacking.
Yeah, makes sense.
And first strike is also only attacking.
Hmm. Runeterra style first strike. Okay. I think I'm just going to play this one here.
Yep.
And I'll play a snare. Play face down.
So yeah, don't declare what you're putting face down because
Okay.
yeah, you might put other things besides snares face down.
Okay, so you can put items face down as well.
You can put items face down, and you can put snares and charms, and I think banners too, but that's not something you have to worry about right now.
Um, yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do for this turn.
Okay.
Having to play a little bit defensively.
Yep, you're gonna set. I'm guessing it's an obliteration, ashes of obliteration. Oh, sorry, ashes of Ethernia. Sorry, I'm getting two cards mixed up. But let's see what I want to do here. All right, so I draw a card for turn.
Like, I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that other lane yet because
Yeah.
this is.
Yes, I did got confirmation that banners can also be placed face down. Banners are
Okay.
something that you're going to see in the new champion packs that are in addition to what's out right now. So right now we're
Sounds.
playing with just the starter kit, the starter base set, and then there's three champion packs that are also out right now as well. Midori, Yasuke, and what's his name? Her name is Yurong. Yurong.
Mhm. Okay.
So there are the three other champions as well available for building decks for next week's tournament.
Interesting.
You participating in that?
Yeah, I signed up for it.
Fantastic. Definitely good to
I
get
think
this.
that we still need another 6 or so people. Is that right, Nick?
Nice. That's pretty good. So what I'm gonna do here, I think, is I'm gonna go ahead and place down a card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to quick cast this charm to target. So first of all, I put it into play. You have an opportunity to respond.
Okay. Um,
So this is a speed 2 card. So you can return fire with another speed 2 card if you can.
oh, okay, so that's just a one drop, one cost card that just says kill something.
Yeah,
Huh.
so target one non-eternal, non-champion card in this lane and destroy it. So we're talking about any of your face down cards pretty much.
Oh, okay. Which one would you like to destroy? All right. And I take it that it's revealed when it goes to the different zone.
I think so. Right, Nick? Once the card's destroyed, it goes to another zone. It gets revealed. And play the second one.
All right.
Yeah, I was right. I got the obliteration. Sorry, I got the ashes. I kept calling it obliteration in my head.
Just a couple of MSTs. Okay.
I don't know what MST is, but
Uh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Terra Mystical Space Typhoon, which is destroy a magic or trap card.
gotcha. Yes, yep. That's what these would be then.
Alrighty.
So I
Huh.
got that taken care of. Let's see, what else do I want to do now? Hmm. Yep. See, that's still 14 health there. Move to combat. Attack that lane.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna go ahead and just set this to 0. Can it go lower to the 0, or?
Nope, it'll be to 0.
And once it's at 0, it can't regain life. It's broken.
Correct. Yes. Yep. That is correct.
Okay.
I'm going to activate my Wayland's fan to target my Hanako Quantum Counter Assault to return it to my hand.
Okay.
Now, Wayland's fan, I could target one of your Eternals in this lane if I wanted to, if you had one. Um,
Sure, but
right. So it says
uh,
just select one Eternal, and it says select. It doesn't say target, it says select. So there's a difference there, right? So if something can't be targeted, this can still select it.
sure.
Return it to the lane. Return it from the lane to its owner's hand. If the selected
And it can't
Eternal
be resummoned.
returns to your opponent's hand, it cannot be summoned to a lane again this turn by your opponent.
Oh, okay. So if it's yours, so it's just unsummon with upside.
Yep. Summon.
All right.
Pay 2. Send it to deck. Find card.
Mm-hmm.
Crush Gem. Use a second ability to assassinate.
Sure.
Move to combat.
All right.
And then I'll just attack. I'll exhaust these rains to represent
Yeah.
the remaining 2 sources of damage
Can
there.
you continue to attack a lane that is destroyed or no?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yep. So when I attack with this, I'm gonna use the strike ability to send it back to the deck.
Yeah.
I tap these rains out of sequence just so that you know, because I actually have to resolve that strike first. And so that's gonna return it to the opposite lane again.
At the end of whatever combat, the lane's at 0. It's easy enough to understand.
Yes. Yeah. That's why I was just trying to get it out of the way.
Mm.
Do I have any more of those in this pile here? I was just wondering if I had any more Hanakos in this deck. I do. So what we'll do is we'll summon one of these there and put this one back in the deck.
All right.
And I'm just going to... Oh, this Wayland's fan is gone. I was going to
Yeah.
go ahead and pay 1 to cast this Fountain of Ethernia. It says restore up to 2 crushed gems, and this is just going to go ahead and restore that. And I just did that because, to be honest, I have 2 of them in hand, and it'll help keep my curve for the next turn.
Mm-hmm.
And pass. But also not having that one open, you probably can guess that neither one of these cards on my other lane are any one drop responses. Or if they are, at least I turned myself off on them.
Mm-hmm. Write this down. Because really, this is the only lane that matters at this point for me.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, right now you're pretty hard on the defense, which is understandable. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
This guy probably isn't going to stick around
Nice.
because
Yep. So he's a 3/6 with Sundering, Lifesteal, and when I leave the lane, destroy all the opposing Eternals in that lane, and send them to the Afterworld.
Yeah, I don't think that I've got much of a chance here, but that's the only thing that I really have. So
Yep. I mean,
go.
you just gotta keep chunking away. Obviously, like my 3 reigns on this side are just gonna be kind of bored for a while. Gonna go ahead and draw for turn. I'm going to do that. So this guy, so 1/1 with haste, and if I'm destroyed by battle, select the enemy that destroyed me, destroy that enemy, and if you do, draw 1 card. Combat, attacking that guy. Ooh, Wayland's fan?
Yeah.
Nice, very nice. Alright, very good. Excellent. Turn that to my hand. That was a good defense. I will go ahead and actually pass turn here.
Draw. There's nothing here. It's like all I can do is just attack your lane, get 3 life back, and none of these have intercept.
What dragon, Nick, you what dragon did you want him to use to clear these lanes? His lane's already dead, so it doesn't
My
matter.
lane's dead, and it was dead before I hit 6. So
Berserker dragon doesn't clear the lane unless it leaves the field. Plus, he can't regain the life back in that lane.
um, the thing is, I didn't have anything on the field at all, and I needed to have some sort of presence. And although it was like,
So
I
here's
can
the
show
thing
you
too.
my hand. This game is basically over because I've got no way of regaining control,
The other thing,
and I
Nick,
can't.
too, is that if he plays Strife in this lane, then I go ahead and I just hold up the gems to Hanako it. So you're moving to combat.
Yeah, obviously you have an ashes. Like it's not
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
like I
It.
don't have anything that can get back control of
So
this.
this will actually go ahead and leave the game. So you put that in the expel zone.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
Um. So Nick, putting the dragon in the other lane, I do agree that it would be great to get this Hanako Quantum Counter Assault off the board, but if he had
he's
put
not
it
going to kill it
in
if
that
it goes to
lane,
this lane
I
though.
didn't have protection in that lane. I had two different snares set in my left lane, so I would have protected my right lane with the Hanako for cost ability. Nope, just Eternals. The dragon only kills opposing Eternals in that lane.
Yeah. I have, so I don't even regain life. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, I did not land any damage. Unfortunately, the way that the beginning of this game turned out, really set the pace for the rest of the game, and I just had this ridiculous opener.
Yeah, I
Which,
have got nothing to bounce back from this because I've just got 2 of the 4 cost reigns and a Fountain of Ethernia. So,
yeah,
would you be okay with starting
yeah,
from the beginning?
you gotcha, you betcha. Finish and play another game.
Okay.
Keep existing deck. So yeah, you have a little bit more sight on the cards now. You have a little bit better understanding for them, so you might have a better mulligan selection if
Yeah.
for some of the cards might help a little bit, and hopefully I don't get just as ridiculous a hand as last time.
Yeah, that's the game though. It's like
Yep. I mean, like if I
need to
was
see
in a
what
tournament,
cards
that's
can
what I
do in order
want to
to
see.
understand
Yeah.
what is possible. But
Yes.
I got a good grasp of that.
Yes. Yeah, I showed you a lot of some of the stuff that was possible for sure.
Okay. And I definitely think that Rain is not the card that you want to start with.
No.
In the it's definitely this guy. Just keep it face up because pretty sure that is there a reason for the different types of gems at all?
Nope,
Do
nope.
those
This is literally like this gem thing is
Mhm.
does it means nothing. It is just my flavor of the moment.
Okay.
This is just a location to put the 20 life on for the health. This is no relevance to the game whatsoever.
All right.
All that matters is a way to be able to represent the 2 lanes with a separate health. Of course, Untap has these 2 health zones next to our icons, next to our avatars. But
It's easier to keep track of it with these.
yeah, it's easier to keep track of it on the field like this and not confuse which lane goes to what section. Draw 4.
Is there anything that I from starting? Because yeah, it's like I didn't know how slow. I didn't know that having just 3 cost cards in your hand was a vulnerability.
Yeah. So given that this is an intro deck versus intro deck, it should not have been as bad. I just really went off.
Mhm.
That was a very aggressive intro deck start.
All right. Let's see here.
Yep.
So, do you want to roll d20 to see who goes first?
Yep. I got a 3, you got an 8.
Um, yeah, I'll still go first because I think that there's something to be said for 2.
So I'll put my gem into play. My coin.
Drop to 5, and then uh, just gonna go ahead and play out this 1 cost Tanaka,
Nice. There you go.
and I'm gonna set play face down. I'm just gonna set this right here.
Yep. I will draw for turn. Thinking, what do I want to lead with here?
All right.
And pass.
That's good. Oh, huh. That would have been nice to see last game. All right. Just going to tap two. And going to go ahead and play out this Hanako over here.
Okay.
Gonna strike your lane.
Yep.
Send it to bottom. Find card. Hanako 3. Shuffle. Don't have anything there, and then I'm going to go ahead and do this strike on this other lane using my existing Hanako,
Yep. Got me a good one in there.
and that's me.
Drop return. Jump to play. Recover. And figure out what I'm wanting to do here. Combat. Move to combat.
Mm-hmm.
Combat. Lane.
That's a ping.
Yep. Let's see. So weird because it's like playing two whole separate games of Magic at once. With one shared resource.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you've played Artifact, but this has the same sort of feel to it, although it
Okay.
has less resources to spread around. Although I know Artifact didn't quite last all that long, but all right.
Alright, pass turn.
Um, all right.
Nick's commenting on the game Artifact.
Ah, okay. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Artifact at all. Long
I,
live Artifact, but
I, I am not, but
oh,
Nick seems to be.
all right. So, before anything else, let's just go ahead and do the ping here,
Yeah.
and go ahead and do this ping here as well. Well, this one's a little bit more than ping.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a ding.
All right. And then for the 3 Hanako, we'll go ahead and just send that back to
Yeah.
deck. Find card. 2 Hanako. And for this one, crush one. I'm not going to do that. I'm actually just going to pay 1. And I'm going to get
Yep.
your Hanako off the field.
Oh, hello. Hello, Pippi's pepper plant. So, I don't know what your plans are, and you might have plans of your own. Just would
Actually,
like to
before.
remind you of the idea of the strife activation.
Right. I was just thinking about that with the 3
But
Hanako.
that costs
So
1 to do and 5 life, so I don't know what your plan is. Maybe you want to spend the 2 to flicker your quantum counter assault instead.
I'm fine with just not getting the extra card off of this.
Yeah, not getting the extra card off of the 3 drop is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So
make this a
you're gonna run it
5.
into my Hanako? Yep, okay.
Yep. Then this returns back to the deck.
Yep.
Gonna get the 3 Hanako. And or 1 face up cost 3 or less card from your afterworld to your hand.
Yep, which are none. Nope, that's that's your underworld.
Oh, okay, Underworld's the other side.
Yep.
Right,
Nope.
Afterworld is.
So your underworld should be on your left, and your afterworld should be on your right.
Okay. And Afterworld is discard. Underworld is like the.
Afterworld is like the expel zone.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm just going to pass the turn.
Okay. I will draft return. Oh, can you go ahead and hit that pass turn button?
Yeah, there we go. So.
No problem. Combat.
Alright. Let's go ahead and tap these.
Oh.
Got my Strife here to intercept.
Yeah, you do. All right, and you sure did. You blocked it, so they will do damage to each other, but neither one dies.
Right.
Hey, Nick, are you still watching right now? Would this snare have an ability to respond to reflex? Would reflex allow a snare to respond to it?
Yeah, that's the question is what speed.
Yeah, what speed reflex is? So reflex is speed 2, so I can respond with another speed 2. Actually, so this is actually a speed 3 anyways. My reaction card happens to be a speed 3.
Okay. And what is your.
Hold up, what's up, Nick? I'll get mixed messages from you, man.
So you're saying that reflex is spell speed 3, and that the snare is the spell speed 2?
So this there happens to be a spell speed 3 as well. So only a spell speed 3 can respond to a spell speed 3 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nick, just for clarification, the ability Reflex is Reflex a spell of is a action speed 3. Reflex is action
Okay.
speed 2. So I should be able to use a counter snare in order to be able to stop it. Right, okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to. I just wanted to get the information.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so it would stop it from even coming into play, so there's no go directly to calculation phase. So my attack would continue through if I indeed decided to do that. I'm gonna pass turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I can technically respond with a speed 2 as well. Yep.
Uh, draw a card first, then judgment phase. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's go ahead and start on this. I'm gonna go ahead and ping this lane 4.
Wallop.
I'll go ahead and push this here. 2 or higher would be something less equal to its gem cost. Okay, so this negates the summoning and
And I lose 2
prevents it from
life.
doing else.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it prevents it and it actually removes it from game.
Oh, RFG, not just
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so you can't get it back with a little guy.
Sounds. Or let me see here.
S. S is the key.
Okay, life equal to it. Gem coins.
So this is a
Hey
spell.
Nick,
This is a
or
speed 3, FYI, because
oh,
it is a counter snare.
okay, got it. So nothing can be responded to it. Got it.
Well, except for another counter snare or another speed 3 card.
Yeah, so reflex is not fast enough to respond to that.
Correct.
Okay. Let's see here. So this one will be a ping to your other one.
Yep. That lane is not looking very healthy right now.
Yeah. Let's see here. So going to return this to my deck
Yep.
for a 2 here.
Yep.
I'm just keeping my deck open until I'm done with
No, you're
all the
fine.
sequence.
Yeah, yeah.
Dealing with the 2, return to deck.
Yep.
3 here. And let's just ping your lane. Because damage comes off Eternals
Yeah.
at the end of the turn, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Normal health regen, just like normal.
Alrighty. Go ahead.
Sounds good. I will draw for turn. Let's see. He wanted to know if he could reflex the the obliteration engine, and I said no because the engine is a speed 3, and obliterate and the reflex is a speed 2, so he can't respond to it that way. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm going to
Thank you.
summon this 4-drop guy right here, Rain Withering Embrace. If I'm destroyed by a battle, select the enemy that destroyed me, destroy that enemy, and if you do, draw 1 card. Move to
Okay.
combat.
Sure. Face up. We'll go ahead and send that 4-drop back to your hand.
You might have to set snares, right?
This
Nick,
one was set.
it was. You played it from your hand, right?
No, this was over here in this lane.
Okay. Alright. Yeah. Okay, so... And you can play fan from hand anyways. Okay. So you can play all instant snares, instant charms, or you can play instant charm. Oh, because it's a charm, so it's an instant speed charm. So you can play that from your hand. That's like an instant.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. So this guy's gonna go back to hand, and that was sad. I wasted the whole turn for that, and my rain is like, oh no. Oh, from hand, only if it's your turn. So that's interesting.
Okay.
All right, combat.
Okay. So then take it out. Seems good.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably just the best line of play there. Help protect my life and turn off the Hanako engine.
I agree. All right. Go ahead and ping the lane. And then I'm going to go ahead and play this face down over here. And let's go ahead and play this here. Leaving the 2 up. And go ahead.
Outside, you have another one. What can I do about that? Alright, so I'll go draw a card. Don't mind me. I'll just,
Setting the things down that you thought you could activate from your hand.
no. But I am just, getting a couple defenses in place.
I can't imagine why. Alright. Activate here before that's drop to play. Draw. Alright. Let's just bash for 4.
Reflex.
Yep, and that goes through.
I'm really trying.
Let's just play this here.
Yeah.
Attack the lane. And then... yeah, whatever. It'll get damage through even if you kill it with this. So attack the lane. Okay, so it'll die after
Hold on.
damage calculation.
Hold on. Timeout. Actually, I can't even do that. I don't think. The Strife Aura ability protects it from being Ashes of Ethernia. Correct,
Oh,
Nick?
completely? It doesn't just delay the effect?
Right. It says my allies that attack cannot be
Cannot be
destroyed by
destroyed by
card
card.
effects until the end of the damage. But Ashes of Ethernia says if an enemy Eternal declares an attack, select that Eternal, destroy it. So declares. Oh, it declares an attack, but is it attacking if it just declares? So I guess the question is, if declaring an attack, is it actually attacking? If it's
Nick,
actually,
do you have a breakdown of combat steps?
he has the rules somewhere. I can dig that up real quick too.
Is it pinned in the Discord anywhere?
Yeah, I got it
Or
up
oh,
on
there's...
stream right now.
okay.
Yeah, it says allies. Hey, Nick. So two questions for you. Yeah, two rules questions. So Strife the heroic charge says Aura, my allies that attack cannot be destroyed by card effects until end of turn. Does that include himself or just the other Eternals on his side? Not him. Okay. So
Okay.
question number two was if he did protect himself, just hypothetically speaking, would I be able to Ashes of Ethernia him despite his protection ability? Because so the question is, when does the Eternal actually attack?
Like is an L5R Berserker sort of situation where it delays it until the end of an action, or is it just that it cannot be destroyed by effects and it doesn't get delayed?
I would think it would be no delay because as Ashes would want to try to resolve.
Mm.
Okay, so when you declare an attack, it's not yet considered attacking, correct? Because that's the only way I could activate Ashes. Okay, so it's declared. So when you declare an attack, it's a declaration, but it's not attacking yet. Okay, so I would be able to respond to Ashes on even a allied unit.
Hmm.
So I could have ashed the strife, for example. Okay, so this is good to know. Anyways, I will carry through, and I will go ahead and ash the hero
Okay.
charge.
And that's all of my stuff.
Yep, killed all of your stuff. Woohaha. Yeah, if it says when your opponent attacks, it wouldn't work because it would be in attack. It says specifically says when your opposing unit declares an attack. So declaring attack is not completely in the attack yet. Right. Okay, I'll go to draw for turn. Okay. He's saying like things pause for like. Well, why won't it? I don't know why it was giving me a hard time there. Okay. What did you just put face down? Did you just put something face
Yeah,
down?
I was just moving it away so it's more obvious that it was in the
Okay,
field.
okay. I'm gonna play this here, rain. So this is if I'm destroyed by battle, select the enemy that destroyed me and destroy that enemy. And if you do, draw one card. So move to combat, declare attack,
Yep.
attacking on that. Now my guy will die. Response: death touch your guy, and I draw a card. Yeah, Max.
I am okay with this trade.
Yep, that's fine. That puts me in a just gets me into a better defensive position.
Mhm.
What the hell?
All right.
And pass turn.
I'll draw first. It's going to take a while to get used to that.
The draw, then untap.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Send to play face down. Gonna put this over here. And then. So for the R5 cost, is that.
Yes.
Can that include Ethereum stones or is that just.
Nope. That's you have to remove 5 units. You have to remove 5 strife units specifically from the game, from the 4 zones: hand, field, afterworld, underworld.
Oh, okay. Got it. I think I understand that
Yeah.
now.
So any
So
of those
first,
4 zones you can combine up to the 5 cards you need from any of the 4 zones combined. The only zone you
cool.
can't pull from is the already removed from game or the deck.
Mhm. All right, so I'm gonna pay 1 and pay 5 life from this lane here, and put this into play face down.
That should be at 14.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
If this
uh,
wants to cooperate,
yeah.
can I look at the face down card or no?
Uh, no.
Okay. Um.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you put something in a zone face down, unknown, you put an unknown item in the zone, it stays unknown until otherwise specified.
Right. Sounds good. Then I'm going to declare changing the champion.
Oh, yep, proceed. So,
Okay.
FYI, you can only use one champion ability, period, per turn. But you can use it back on my turn again.
Okay.
Like, suppose if you pulled the Hanako, you could use Hanako's first ability on my turn. Or,
That's
yeah,
basically what I'm thinking about.
yeah, or the rain.
Uh, Send to expel, and I'm going to go ahead and pull out the Hanako.
Just so that you know,
Hmm.
when you flicker a Hanako with your Hanako champion, it comes back into play and it has that if summoned by another Hanako trigger,
Okay.
it activates that trigger too. And also, if you flicker your opponent's Hanakos, it activates their trigger too.
Hmm. So you have to be careful with that. Got it.
Yep.
All right. Um, I think that that's going to be my turn.
Oh, really? I'm just gonna hold up the four and be like, "What's up?"
Yeah, there's just got this 6 untapped here.
Yeah. So I have a question, Nick, and I think I know what the answer is that I can't do it, but I'm gonna ask you anyways. If I move to combat with my Hanako Quantum Counter Assault and he targets it with a flicker from his Hanako champion, can I pay the two to um put him in the deck? I don't think I can.
Yeah, I think the question is because that's a spell speed 0 or action speed 1. Okay.
Right, because it's an action speed one. That's what I figured. So because I'm not in my main phase and it's not my priority, I can't activate it in response. So
Right.
I can only activate it when it's in my main phase when I have primary priority.
Hmm.
And the Hanako champion ability is a speed 2. Because it says EPT stands for either player's turn. That makes it a speed 2. 2, 3, 4.
And he's still interesting. Right, because the reflex is speed 2 and the fan is speed 2.
Yeah. I was just reading the chat real quick, see what Max and Nick are going on about.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think they were just going over the whole strife reflex, those things. All right, see what can I do?
Yeah, I've got chat up here just to keep an eye on it as well.
Yeah. All right, let's move to combat.
Sure.
Heck yeah, Max, ask those hypothetical questions, my friend.
Um, I will go ahead and take the 1.
Yep. Activate ability.
Feel free.
Uh, actually, so Nick, I have another question. If I go to activate my If I go to activate my Quantum Counter Assault's first ability, can he flicker it in response? And what would happen? Would it flicker? would and then like the ability would just fizzle. My effect would still go through.
So even though he doesn't return because if you look at it, the act of returning the card to the Eternal to the deck is not part of the cost; it's part of the effect. So
Right.
in that case, the effect of it returning the deck wouldn't be going through, but the rest of the effect would still go off. If it required the Eternal to go back to the deck, it would have a then condition on the effect, I believe. Do I understand that right, Nick?
Okay, so the question is, yeah,
Oh.
right. So right, that's what I thought. So if you flicker my quantum counter assault, so if I pay the two, right? I pay the two as part of the cost of igniting this ability. And then, so that's the cost separated by a semicolon, and then the ability is return me to that deck and summon me from basic unit to this lane. But if you flicker it after I pay the cost, then you link this champ skill. Right. So if you flicker it, then
Oh,
it
okay.
would be removed from the game until end of turn. It would come back into play at the end of the turn. The ability itself would have nothing to see.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So
okay.
the
So
ability
it is a condition
So
for the effect. Okay.
right. So even though the ability would try to go off, it wouldn't have anything to see.
Sure. I'm fine with you going ahead and getting your card.
Okay. So that's gonna go back into the deck here. I will get my little guy here.
Okay.
Move to combat.
Sure. And that's going to get redirected.
Nick. When you play Strife, when you play him with reflex, his cost is still one. Correct?
No, it's two.
No, you pay
Because,
two. No, you pay two, but his cost is still one.
oh, okay.
Nope, but Nick is saying it's two.
So the cost is two. Does the CMC change at all?
Well, that's literally what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
asking you.
yeah. Cost is one. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. Nick, what are you doing to me?
Sorry. I think, oh, it's that card that you're thinking about. Okay. So yeah, it's not, the cost of the card is not two,
Right.
so this gets under that.
Correct. That's what I'm asking specifically.
Hmm.
No, no, oh yeah, no, I'm asking what its cost is. Like the official cost of the card, would it still be the one as printed, or would it, because its cost plus one is what you pay? Yeah. Okay. So that's like most
Okay.
card games that I know too, is any like even if you can cheat stuff in, its cost is still its printed cost.
Yeah. Anything that cares about the cost of a card is
Yeah.
the printed cost, not the
Right, right.
full cost.
Okay, so that would probably kill him.
Yeah, 1-3 against a 2-1. When attacking a marksman, my attack is doubled. But this is not a marksman.
So I think my guy just dies. So good play there.
Thank you.
Actually, oh yeah, I can't respond to that either.
Well, if you had a fan in your hand, you could play, I
Nope,
think.
because Strife says proceed immediately to damage calculation.
Oh,
If it did not say that, yes, I could interact with it with something. but if it says proceed immediately to the damage calculation. So the damage calculation has to resolve before I can
So this
respond to
is
it.
just entirely a split second sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. If I can't stop it from being summoned, it's going to go straight to damage calculation.
Mhm.
So, real quick, hey Max, check this chart out on the stream. This gives you an outline. You can find this in the official rulebook as well. This is just a quick overview of the different effects and things that belong to each speed action speed. So you can see that action speed 0 are right now just currently items. So you put an item into the field, your opponent can respond to it before you even have an opportunity to try to activate any effects from that item. Action speed 1 is like normal speed, like normal charms or equips or eternals or globals, like anything that's just kind of sits on the field or deals with basic stuff on the field. Like that one that you can destroy a non-eternal, non-champion card, it would be an action speed 1 charm. Eternals abilities like Rally and Ignition and Trigger, those are all action speed 1s. They happen just when they happen on your main phases. And champion abilities, these that you paid these two here, unless it says EPT. EPT will kick an ability into action speed 2. So if you have an Eternal effect or a Champion effect that says EPT, it's an action speed 2, because that means that you can respond on your opponent's turn, given the conditions are met. Quick Play Charms, which have this lightning bolt symbol on them. And snares that they respond based off of something that your opponent does on their turn, like Ashes and Obliteration. Both say they do something when you basically they say something when it's your opponent's turn, so that's when they activate. So there's no very specific symbols to denote action speeds because even one card might have variable action speeds. Like a champion might have a variable action speeds. They might have like an EPT ability and a just a regular ability, non-EPT. And then action speed 3 are these counter snares that have um, this like double backwards hockey sticks, like inverted lightning slash hockey sticks symbol. And those are counter snares.
So to put it another way, the green items are speed 0. The lightning bolt blue cards that are not Eternals is the speed 2, and the purple coded ones are speed 3.
Maybe. No, that's not true because like Ashes is purple.
Yeah, is that not speed 3?
It's speed 2.
Okay, so snare is 2. Okay. I'm not seeing a counter snare that I've seen yet, but I'll see if I can point that out if I see that here. Okay.
Okay. Let me see. You have that strife sitting on board. Now I gotta figure out what to do with the rest of my turn, I suppose. You have a lot of life left, my friend. Also, regardless of the result of the game, I'm going to have to go soon. I have to wake up at 3 in the morning, and
Sure.
it is 10:30 now. So
Sounds good.
yeah, I left it up there for you to read, Max. I'll also
Did you have any
post.
other questions? Or, go ahead.
I'll also post that image in the tavern as well, in the content section of the tavern. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move to activate my champion, switch my champions.
Sure.
And pass the turn.
All right.
Two can play at this game.
Draw. I don't have anything to activate. Um, there's no blocking on this, so just gonna go ahead and just ping your tower here.
Yep.
And I will say go.
Okay. I will drop a turn. You want to flicker that the turn over?
Oh, there we go. Oh, I didn't even see that there were different phases. That's not.
Summon.
You're good.
Summon.
Okay.
Pass turn.
All right.
Yep, it was just that simple.
Question, Nick, about auras. Do they stay on the cards, or does the effect stay on the card if it's started an attack, even if the card that creates the aura is no longer there?
Alright, so if I attack with, say, my Hanako, and you get rid
Mm-hmm.
of my Strife,
Right.
the aura would go away.
Okay, it would. It does not stay.
Correct.
Okay.
Right, because it is just a continuous effect. So if the source is not there, the effect is not either.
Sounds good. All right. Um. I'm going to go ahead and play this Sanako here.
What? Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and tap it and going to attack your tower.
Okay.
I am not going to be using its effect.
Oh no.
Instead, I'm
Hmm.
going to be paying 4.
Mm.
And I will remove it from the game until end of turn by crushing.
Nope, you don't have to crush on your own.
Oh, okay.
Also, there's a
I can
cheaper
go
way.
and base.
There's a. Let's see. Okay, you have to do it to the opposite side, so that wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. If you had played this Hanako on the opposite lane and attacked my opposite lane, and then used its strike ability to drop in the one drop on this side, you could use the one drop to pay 2 to put another copy of the kinetic into play, use the same assassin ability, and then you could have paid the 4 on top of that to flicker it after that too.
Mm.
But actually, you would only be able to use the assassin ability once. But
Yeah.
you could flicker it on my turn too.
Okay. Good to know. So, like when you attack, then I can flicker it.
Right. So if you did it the way I suggested, right, you'd just have 2 more gems up instead.
Mm.
And you could save
Oh,
your
okay. I see
and you
what
could
you're
save your
saying.
Hanako ability, right? So if you played this Hanako over here instead,
Um.
then you could have put the 1 drop over here, and then you could pay 2 for the 1 drop to put this guy back into play over here on this side and assassinate something right now.
But that would leave me open for
No, because you would still have a lot of
Does
shards,
the one
a
drop
lot of
put it in
well,
or oh, you don't have any mana open.
right. Yeah, I don't have any mana open.
Oh, so I
Additionally,
don't have that. Does it
also
cost
I don't
three?
know if you have any more Hanakos in your graveyard, but if you did it that way, I suggested you could also put a Hanako from your underworld back into your deck too.
Yeah, I forgot that a cannon actually required 3 mana. So
Yeah.
actually, that I am going to return it to deck.
Nope. Well, so if you do it now, right, then you put the 1 drop in the wrong lane.
Oh, okay.
Right? So
So
you
I
to
put it in
start out,
this lane.
yeah, to start out the sequence, you would have wanted to play it in this lane here to
Mm-hmm.
start, right? So you pay your 2 gems.
Yeah,
What is your third one tap for? So you pay your two
because
gems.
I'm having issues with the interface with
Okay.
doing these
So
things.
you pay
Okay.
your 2 gems, and let's put this back up to my regular
Yeah.
13 before it. So you make your attack sequence on here. So I'm tapped out, right? So I can't respond to this. So right now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna attack this lane, bring that down to 4.
Yep.
You're gonna activate the strike, drop the 1 drop over here.
Then I'll just pay 2 extra because I can't do anything
Yep.
with it.
So do you have
Like I
a Hanako in your underworld?
um yeah, I have a 3 cost one.
So that
So
3
I'll go to
cost
my
one can go back to your deck from dropping the 1 cost 1 into play.
deck. Okay. And find card.
And then you can find
So
the 2 drop
I have
again.
the 1 drop, then
Yep.
I pull up the 2 drop.
Yep.
And then I'll crush this
The one
one.
drop the 1 drop goes back to the deck, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And now
Let's
crush
just
now crushing
shuffle.
is you can crush in this case you can crush one of these already exhausted. Okay, yep, good. You can crush
Mhm.
an already exhausted gem. And now you
And
can assassinate whichever target you want to hit.
big boy.
Yep. And now you can
Now I
either
can
attack my Hanako or my lane.
I'm gonna attack the lane
Yep.
because then I'm gonna spend I'm not using the ability this time to put something back because I'm going to be spending 4 to flicker this.
You can, but you might want to wait. You can do that later.
I'm not doing anything else with my turn.
Right, but since you can use Hanako's ability to flicker at any time, and you've already used the assassinate ability on the kinetic execution this turn, you cannot use it again in this same turn. When it comes back into play, it'll be special.
Oh,
It'll be
okay,
summoned into
that's
play
right.
on your turn, so you
Right, it's a
would
single
lose the
play.
effect of the assassinate.
All right, makes
Which is
sense.
why I suggested crashing your Hanako into my Hanako, which would strip my board.
Um, yeah,
But
I'll go ahead and just
of
do
course,
that.
that's just a line of play. That's up to your discretion as a player.
Um,
So, are you attacking my lane or my Hanako?
I'm going to just attack your lane.
Lane it is.
Mhm. I'm going to add a card to play face down.
Okay.
And yeah, because I already used the strike ability once, so that's done. Uh, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, drop return.
Mhm. Sorry for the sequencing, figuring it out, and everything.
No, no, no. That's part of the learning. This is what this is about. This is about this. This is teaching you how to interact with the cards in the game and going over the abilities and digging into it, right? This is what this is all about. So there's no seriously no apologies necessary here at all. Could you pass the turn to me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Boop.
Mhm.
Makes it easier for me to do that. You know what I need more than anything else right now? I'm gonna play this item,
Mhm.
pass priority.
Go ahead.
I will crush 2 unused gems to draw 2 cards. Hmm. 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 What do I see here?
Insert pot of greed meme.
So if I, 1, 2. I will pay 1.
Mhm. Sure.
I'll put her over here in this lane. I will move to combat.
Mhm.
Attack lane.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and pay through and deal this one. Got my ashes for your Hanako 3. Sure.
So I activated my Wayla's fan in response to return my Hanako unit to my hand so that the obliteration would not be able to kill it.
Right.
Pepper's plant.
Okay. So you're gonna go ahead and just suicide into this. And cost 4, so I cannot do anything about that.
What cost 4?
The Aether Expedition, the champion effect.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So this says if I attack, remove me from the game after that battle.
Mhm.
So because this says EPT, it bumps it up to a spell speed 2. So yes, you could with your Hanako. But if it doesn't say EPT, then you cannot. EPT stands for either player's turn, which makes it a instant speed, response. It makes it a response speed.
Mhm.
Summon,
Okay. Just
combat,
go ahead.
declare attack on Strife.
It's.
All right, so because I was able to do that, I get this,
Mhm.
and I'm going to send to play face down over here,
Sounds good.
and I will pass the
Draw.
turn. That's no problem. We need to play again, man. We need to get another game in soon. That'll help set it in for you.
Draw. Hmm. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and pass the turn back.
All right, I will draw a card, untap everything, and charge a gem. Yeah, I have 10 gems. The question is, what do we want to do? So you pass it to me, so you want to hold up counter magic on me, maybe, or something. You know I have the Hanako, but that's not the hasty one. Over here, somebody's digging around in their
I'm
graveyard.
just sorting through and seeing how many of each that I have.
Yeah. So that way, if you want to try to use an ultimate, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just 2 and 2 here. So okay. Sorry. Just
You're good. All right, so I will summon Rain, Sorrows of Ethernia. She's crying. Lightning bolts.
oh wow.
So this gal, she says, on either player's turn, I can ignite this ability. If I see an enemy Eternal activate an effect, I can crush 2 unused gems and negate that effect, and if I do, destroy that Eternal.
Seems good.
Hmm. Alright, so in response to the summon.
Nope.
Okay. Summon.
You got it.
Okay, and pass turn.
Draw a card. How does that loop with itself?
Hey, Max, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you soon, man. Have a good night.
All right.
How does what loop with what self?
The reigns.
So this just says if I see an enemy Eternal activate an effect,
Activate in
I
effect.
can crush 2 unused gems to negate that effect, and if I do, destroy that Eternal. So what's the loop you're talking about?
Say that there's two rains in the same lane or whatever.
Yeah,
But I'm putting the rain over here.
yeah, yeah.
But if there were two
So,
rains, could they just trigger off of each other because they were activating an effect?
so note that they can only use their ability once per turn that they're on, right?
Once. Got it.
Right.
Okay.
But yes, I can. So whoever is responding can respond with their rain in response to the first person activating their rain.
Hmm.
Yes,
That's adorable.
it is.
Um.
I have a Trixie.
Okay. Yeah. Now you have three, so that costs you four. Okay.
Yep, and I just drained my life out of that lane, which
All right, so that's
basically does what you want it to do.
yeah. That's fine.
I mean, you still have a lot of life left. You still have 33 life left, and I have 11.
Hold on a second. Can I flicker that in response, or is that no? That's a
No, because
yeah.
this
That's a
is
snare.
right. This is a
Snare.
counter snare specifically.
Oh, counters. So if it has those arrows, then that means that it's speed three.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that symbol right there,
Okay.
that is the symbol for counter snare. A counter snare is a speed 3. You can't flicker with a speed 2.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's I figured I'd go ahead and quell that problem right now.
Alrighty.
do 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 do.
Yeah, just your turn.
Okay, I will draw for turn. And I will recover. Activate.
You want to destroy that one, huh?
I
Okay.
do.
There we go.
Combat.
Mm-hmm.
Lean. What? You gonna do something?
Yeah, I just have a little ashes over here.
What? Ashes. Ashes to ashes. Dust to dust. Oh, that's gone. That's gone.
Yeah, of
So
course. So you
it
could.
looks like I got the arrow on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Actually,
It was a 50-50.
what was the other thing that got revealed when it gets destroyed, right?
Yeah. It was just a fountain.
Oh, baited, baited.
Yeah, that's the entire thing about the face down cards, right?
That's
So.
right. Okay, so combat
Yep.
2 to lane.
Other way. You got it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5, 6, 7.
6. 7. The one
6.
was for the item.
Okay.
For the snare rather.
There's the strike. Okay.
Yep, so here's my life gain dragon. Let's see if he survives. And pass the turn.
Draw my card.
How's everything
Oh, that's
feeling?
unfortunate with Hanako.
Oh yeah. What the strife?
Yeah, because
Yeah, because you can
it's
just
when he
flicker it
leaves
out.
the lane.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you can remove her from the game by paying 4 and crushing 1.
And I have to. Is it an unused gem or no? It's
Nope.
just crushed gem.
Yeah.
Flip over, face down,
Flickering the strife.
flickering strife, and then ping 4. To see if this is able to land.
Nice.
Rain sees herself and attempts to remove herself from the field.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you get your Death Touch draw card.
Seems good.
Yeah, the making piles in on tap is very unwieldy and difficult to manage.
I'm just going to play this out now just to
There you go. You also replenish them, so yeah, you get them back at full health.
uh, face up, face up. And then I'm going to send to
So,
play face
yep.
down.
Also put 2 on top of Hanako, the
Okay.
2
Where's the
counters.
counter?
Just
Have
hit.
counter.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
And pass the turn.
All right. I will draw the lucky card for turn. Okay. I drew the not quite so lucky card for turn. Oh boy, if I don't do anything, then. Huh.
So the ultimates are restricted by deck building to 1 in a deck.
Yes.
Okay.
So they follow legendary rules. And playsets are 3. And when you build a deck, you can only have up to 10 Eternals of a champion's name.
Okay. So, and you can only include Eternals of champions that you have included in your champion deck, correct?
Incorrect. You are very
Yep.
free for deck building.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. So you can mix and match and twist and twine everything all together if you want.
Okay.
So what do I want to do though?
And talking about just the game system as a whole, from what I understand, the Kickstarter just ended a little bit ago,
Yes.
and the main distribution system of the game is an expandable game, if I understand that right, which means
Correct.
that it's a little bit different than an LCG.
Right. So if we go over to the screen here real quick over to the stream screen.
Sure.
So you see what I have, what I'm looking at right now. This is the print and play files.
Mm-hmm.
So right here, this is the file for the starter kit, and this has all of the individual files for each of the cards in the starter kit.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So this is what we're looking at here. You can click on one of these and pull up the artwork for it. And then you can
Sure.
print them and you can play them for free with your friends, right? So one, the game's free. But if you want to actually own the cards and or if you actually want to attend like hyper competitive events, you have to own the actual cards, which is fine. Because when you buy Ethernia cards, you are buying a pack which is going to include everything you need.
Okay, so it's going to be an LCG format.
Yes. So they call it an XCG, expandable card game. Um, is how they are defining it.
Got it.
So when you buy the pack, right, you get your champion,
Mm-hmm.
and then her support cards, and then whatever other cards come in that pack as well.
Good to know.
And so right now there is the starter base kit and the three champion packs being released.
Hmm. Thank you.
Yeah. And Nick just dropped an explanation. He calls it a XCG because it's like a mix between an LCG for gameplay and a TCG for the shiny cards. So
Got
you
it.
have like skins and foils and alternative material types like metal cards, for example, where you can win these cards at events, but they're not exclusive copies of cards, they're exclusive versions of a copy of a card. So you still can find that value in the game as well for the people who
Hmm.
like to collect or like to win stuff at tournaments. Like this tournament coming up, some of the prizes are going to be foil packs of the cards that we're playing with right now.
Hmm.
So if you buy the starter pack, you have everything you need, but if you buy these foil packs, you get foil versions of these cards. I am actually going to go
Okay.
ahead and call it a night, my friend. I appreciate these
That's fine.
games.
I
They
just
were
wanted
solid
to
games.
put that in there just to tell people about the game,
Yeah,
just to get a little bit of advertising in because this seems like a
absolutely.
good game, and I think that anyone that enjoys card games as a whole will find something to like here.
I happen to agree. It took me a little few games to get the flavor of the game down because I never played Yu-Gi-Oh before, so for me a lot of like the action speed stuff was new for me to wrap my head around. But a lot of the other stuff was pretty relatively basic. It has been pretty relatively basic as far as in general of card games in general to pick up. If you are a card game player, then you probably can pick up this game pretty easily. And
Yeah, just as a
go on.
little bit of background, I played everything from Yu-Gi-Oh, Kaijudo, Match the Gathering. I played God, the Final Fantasy game,
Yep,
Transformers game. I learned. I know Vanguard, so
very awesome.
I've seen the a few different styles, and
Yeah,
I
I
I enjoy what I see here from a couple different styles of those games.
wonderful. Yeah, I like this the style of this game as well. I'm not as well versed in various card games, but I come
Hmm.
from a Magic background, played since I was in high school, and
Okay.
I had Pokemon cards that I played when I was, in middle school and such, elementary into middle school, and then I switched into Magic in high school.
Hmm.
In high school, a couple of my friends played Yu-Gi-Oh, and they tried to get me to play with them, and so I built a deck, but it was just these, 19, 1800 power, 3 or 4 star units with a couple of, just like field control cards that just, I just
Yeah, just
swarmed
playing standard beatdown.
back in that day. That was I kept winning with that deck, and I was just like, well, okay. So I mean, like,
Yeah, it's like
I didn't understand how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I just knew how to turn cards sideways, and I was like, this works for me.
oh you're trying to do something fancy over there.
Yeah,
Let's just see. I play this card. It has big numbers.
my
Do I
favorite
win?
card was Monster Reborn. I just play Monster Reborn to
Hmm.
get my guy back. It's cool.
Or just change of heart. Oh, you've got this
Oh
big
yeah,
thing over
that
there.
card too. I forgot about that card. Yeah, I
Hmm.
played that card a few times.
Hmm.
uh,
Anyways, thank you very much for your time and having me on your stream.
Thank you, Jowzer. I appreciated you being here and appreciated these games. It was a really nice interaction. I appreciate it.
Mhm. You have a
And
nice day.
thank you, you too. All right, stream. I think that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Like I said, I gotta get scooting. Gotta get up for work in 4 hours from now. So I mean, I'm just gonna be getting just a little bit of sleep, but it's worth it. It's worth it for you guys. um, so I'm gonna go ahead and just no beating around the bush. I'm just gonna skedaddle. Thank you guys. Have a great night.